the Rosbifs Rugby team guide to Montpellier. Yes, the next one on our list of team previews. We are doing one for all of the top 14 sides. You'll see those in this playlist. We've done all Pro Day Deux sides as well, because we just want to bring as much information about French rugby in the English language to the channel. So if you appreciate that, please hit subscribe and give this one a like. And tell your friends as well. Montpellier, well, an interesting club at all times. They are never too far away from the headlines. There's just something about them. I think someone asked me, like, are there any clubs I don't like, or is there anyone that's, who's unpopular in France? Montpellier are that kind of club quite often. If I had to liken them, I think I've in the past likened them to Chelsea, maybe the Abramovich Chelsea, more than the current Chelsea, but they're just never far away from the headlines. There's always a drama around the corner. We kind of coined the term Montpellier madness a couple of years ago, because that was when they were struggling with relegation. They just seemed to find bizarre ways to cock things up, or be in the news, or have a scandal, or be rubbish when you think they're going to be good. You can see kind of the yin and yang, or the kind of two sides of the coin for Montpellier with our predictions. Like, they finished 9th last year. I've gone for them to finish 6th this year. Rich has gone for them to finish second bottom, 13th. They may well end up in the middle of those two and finish 9th again. Like, they're a hard team to work out. Ultimately, they're a hard team to support, and that is because of their recruitment, not this summer, but previous summer, where they've kind of signed Wilfred Hunkpatan, they've signed Mohamed Awas, two very, very good French tight head props. Like, from a rugby perspective, two fantastic signings. Everything else, terrible signings. They also have, we won't go into that, that's for another time. They also have Bastien Chalaret, who's kind of got a bit of a black mark against him. They've signed Stuart Hogg, which I'm sure many UK rugby fans will know the black marks against him. They signed Billy Vunipola, who would kind of fresh out of being kind of tasered by police. So under a little bit of a cloud. But thankfully this season they've signed a few more British players, but no one that's kind of got some obvious scandal headlines. But as I said at the top, you can't rule it out with Montpellier. We have been there. It's a really, really cool place. It was glorious sunshine. It's on the Mediterranean. A few kind of quite good craft beer bars actually in Montpellier, but some really good wine options as well. Check those out. But yeah, La Barbotte, I think it is, the craft beer pub. It's like a little brew pub, but kind of feels more like a normal pub, but has some great beers there and got pretty lively, like a kind of good level of lively, kind of good vibes on a Saturday evening. The team. Let's get on to rugby. Enough of the noise, enough of the town. The actual team, well, Billy Vunipola, I've mentioned him. He is one of their key players. He captained them a lot last year, and actually he played really, really bloody well. His French came on a lot over the summer, or over the season, sorry. And he was kind of playing some of his best stuff. Like, defensively, he played really well as well. Their main man, generally though, we would say a guy that's been in our top 14 team of the season 2 years in a row, Lenny Nucci. Still only 21. You wouldn't believe it to look at him. Feels like he's been around for ages, because their real relegation threatened year a couple of years ago, it was almost him like dragging them up. Like, it was when he became captain at 19, he would have been kind of single-handedly bringing them up and leading from the front. Like, just such a good player, really abrasive. We've seen glimpses of him for France on some of the summer tours. I think he was injured for this one, but he was really good in Argentina. Just should be in and around that France squad. Just gives a bit of bite and aggression. I think kind of sums up a little bit. Those two players, Billy and Lenny Nucci, almost sum up how Montpellier are playing it. Like, quite a big, gnarly pack they're gonna be hard to beat, because you've got to beat them up and they're willing to beat you up. So that's why we've kind of got Baptiste Dossio in there. He was capped by France. I think he struggled for France over the summer, both in the England 15 game at Twickenham and for New Zealand, but at top 14 level has been really good, really consistent performer. Was there when they won it a couple of years ago. They won it in 2022. That just feels mad. Jordan Uelese, Australian hooker, actually a really consistent performer for them. Really good at line-out time, which is quite rare in the top 14. Tyler Deguy, another man that, classic unsung hero, does a load of the dirty work. Got capped for France in that heavyweight tight head lock mould. Canadian born. Be interesting to see how he goes, because he wasn't perhaps at his best, wasn't perhaps his most effective in those summer games. So, but for Montpellier, a fantastic player. And then the other guy that we've got as a key player is Leo Colley, who was actually already announced that he is signed for Bayonne the following season. But with Cobus Reinach going, Ali Price is going to take some time to settle because he's not a French speaker. Leo Colley has kind of became the main man at 9, and classic kind of like a really, really talented French 9. Came with a lot of hype initially as kind of won the Young Player of the Year at the Nuit de Rugby a while ago, while he was in Pro D2 with Mont-de-Marsan. So like a really good kicking game. Like his box kicking's great, his goal kicking's pretty good. Can spark it around the fringes as well. So a player that should be kind of really developing now, becoming more and more of a good player. Great signing for Bayonne in a couple of years, or next season, but he's definitely one to watch out for. He's a really good player. They've got some really good young players coming through. Like Montpellier, who've always had quite a good academy, and you kind of, quite often I find myself when I look at a player and see their history, that they've come from the Montpellier Academy. Quite a lot of like South Africans and Irish and Englishmen that are kind of dotted around Pro D2 have been picked up, and Fijians as well, been picked up in the Montpellier Academy because they're kind of trying to pick these guys up so they can become French internationals. Maël Mustin is a winger. He kind of played in that England 15 game against France 15. He got injured in that, but he was really good last year. Scored some wonderful tries, really elusive, really quick. Martinique born, which is cool as well. One of the young players that I really want to focus on is Hugo Royce. So 2024, so last year's under-20s World Championship, absolutely fantastic for France, like a class above. He'd had some game time in the top 14 for La Rochelle, and had a little bit last year, but he looked like a notch above everyone else. Looked a really, really accomplished fly half, great left foot, really accurate kicker. Didn't get as much game time at La Rochelle last season as we might have thought. We actually kind of half expected him to become the main man off the back of that really good run at the Under-20s World Championships, and to kind of make that team his own. We've mentioned before that La Rochelle kind of needs some young blood. Like, was he going to be at the forefront of that? Halfway through last season, he got actually immediately transferred to Montpellier, and even then, he didn't get the reins at 10. It was Stuart Hogg, who was actually really good at 10. I know, like, he's not a popular character in the UK. Debate over whether he should be playing, but he played really well. His goal kicking was good. When Hogg got injured, like horrible Achilles injury, Anthony Boutier, another fullback, an experienced fullback with a big boot, he came in at 10. Like, Royce didn't get that much game time at Montpellier. I really feel and really hope that this season is the season that Hugo Royce gets some game time. Thomas Vincent is a good player, can play 10 and 15 as well, and I like him, but I would like to see Hugo Royce play a lot more, and hopefully that we'll see a bit more in attack from Montpellier. Maybe it doesn't quite fit the game plan, or maybe they're developing it. A couple of other names there. Liam Akrab, if you've watched any under-20s, scored a load of tries in the Six Nations and in the Under-20s World Championships. Really, like, dynamite hooker. Quite big physical, kind of bulky bloke. Like, I don't know whether it's puppy fat or he's just a big guy. The other name on there, not seen him play. He got picked up kind of over the summer, and kind of the noise kind of came out back end of last season. It is the son of Rupeni Thautau Unabuka. So anyone that's seen Rupeni Thautau Unabuka, anyone remembers him playing, what a player. Like, kind of Juta Wanakolo type, but even more blockbuster. Kind of like Joshua Tuasova, one of the most talented players. Let's just hope that his son is the same sort of player on the field, and he is capable of similar things, because that could be really cool. But as I said, neither of us seen him play. They have made quite a few signings, and they've lost a lot of players. Like, felt like a bit of a clear out of some of the old guard, like a lot of game time, but also a lot of like the South African influence. So Cobus Reinach, and like still a Springbok international, still a brilliant player, but like Jan Serfontein was really good for them. Nicolas Jancy van Rensburg, Paul Willemse retired. I know he's played for France, but he's South African. A few others. So, but a lot of kind of older guys as well. They seem to have replaced the South Africans with a lot of British players. You can see all of those guys in that key players list are eligible for British nations. You've got Adam Beard, Welsh international, Alex Masabaka. Yes, he is Australian Fijian, but he's eligible for Scotland through his mother. Ali Price, Scottish international. Lennox Anyangwu, from 24-year-old, still only 24, from Harlequins. So really cool signing that. Couple of youngsters in there. Alex Masabaka, we love. He was actually a Montpellier player. Classic case of them picking up a young guy and then loaning him out to a Pro D2 club. He has been brilliant at our boys, Soyo Angoulême, for the last couple of seasons. Really excited to see him in the top 14. He is one of our players to watch for sure. All things considered, then, how do we see Montpellier? Well, as I said, Rich kind of thinks that they could all blow up again. It looks quite considered. I think their recruitment looks quite considered. It does fit largely their 10-man rugby game plan. Their hard to beat physical game plan. Maybe a little bit more X factor in there. They will be tough to beat. That's why I've got them 6th. I think they're going to be so hard to beat at home. They will pick up wins on the road because their defence is good and their scrum is good and their line out is good. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you've got any questions about Montpellier. I know they are a divisive team. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Drop them in the comments and please give us this a like and a subscribe. But thank you very much for watching the Team Guide to Montpellier.